discussion post number 5. What up? It's Kylie. So I just want to kind of go off of what we're talking about, which is what are challenges teachers, educators, and therapists of today might face. So I think one of the challenges that the chapter talked about was disabilities, like kids with those disabilities and being able to accommodate for them while also being able to accommodate for the children who aren't struggling or maybe don't need as much help. Honestly, I think that it's important for teachers, educators, or even therapists to understand that children with disabilities are people too. They act maybe a little bit different, but sometimes just letting them do the work that their other classmates are doing is important. And I kind of say that because I have a cousin who has Down syndrome. She's older than me. She is the most important person in my life. I love her with all my heart. She can be a pain in the butt, but I would not trade any memories with her for the world. So when kind of hanging out with her and being around her, sometimes people treat her a little different, and we have to remind them that she fully knows what she's doing. Yes, she needs a little bit of accommodations, but she understands that she needs to do this, she needs to behave well, she needs to do that. Like, understanding that children with disabilities aren't I'm trying to find the word, I'm just gonna move on, I don't remember the word. Children with disabilities aren't incapable of doing things that other students are doing. So yes, maybe there are some things that my cousin, we call her Bubba, my cousin Bubba can't do that maybe I or my other cousins can do. But putting that in her mind is not going to help her get through life or get through herself. So she tries her very hardest. Maybe sometimes she can't do as much. Like we were at a mall one time, and she does this thing. She gets a little tired very easily because she got little legs. So when she was walking, she walked a little slower than us, but instead of getting upset or like kind of making her feel bad, we just kept going, walked at her pace, didn't make a big deal about it. Maybe told her like, come on Bubba, you got this, just understanding like that it's important to kind of comprehend like what the person with a disability has or needs is important. Another issue that I think teachers kind of need to address more, or even educators and therapists, is LGBTQ. I know we talked about it in the last forum a little bit, the last discussion post, I'm sorry. But I really do think that LGBTQ plus needs to be brought up more in schools. I think it needs to be addressed more in therapy, just to give kids an opportunity who may be feeling a little down about like their sexuality, just an opportunity to understand that there are people there for them. Because you don't need your parents on your side to understand. I am fortunate enough to have amazing parents, so if I ever needed to talk to them about that, they'd 100% understand. But some people don't have that, and just giving them a little an outlook of like, hey, you have a teacher here that supports you, or hey, you have an educator here that supports you, or a therapist here that supports you, and you can be yourself in this room, is important. And I think understanding that some classmates don't get that, putting that into your classroom and creating a safe space is important. And I'm definitely going to put that into my classroom when I become an educator. Even though I'm teaching little kids, you never know what a little kid is thinking. It doesn't matter if you're 5 or 105. It's important to put that into their minds and understand that everybody can be whoever they want. And I think that is a big issue with our schools, and I think that's a big issue with a bunch of other things. But I'm very excited to talk about this because I definitely think it needed brought up, and that's the post.